Hi guys, this is Katt. She's a very special guest on my channel. She's an astrologer and she's thinking about starting her own channel, so we decided to give her a shot here to just get your feedback and see what you guys think.
Hi, first of all, big thank you to Live a Better Life Tarot, one of the best tarot channels on YouTube. My approach is a little different. I focus more on the outer planet transits and long-term influences. So I'm starting you off with Pluto, the Dark Lord, and what he can do for you.
Alright, so let's give Katt some big love and leave us a comment down below and let us know what you think. Alright? Thank you.
Hi everybody. Let's start off with a little basic intro. Don't worry, there will be timestamps below for your individual zodiac sign. You can look at those later, but it's important you get the idea. Okay, first, if you're a hardcore astro geek, and I know some of you are, I'm doing this using the whole sign system and Western tropical astrology. Other factor, personal approach. Astrology is not fate. You're not doomed to anything, and it's so complicated. This is just one influence, and again, it's an influence you can use to live a better life. Last and not least, why I'm starting this off with the outer planets and why this is the focus. Moon, Venus, they get all the play in the house. Pluto is a long-term, subtle, transformative influence. To give you an idea of how powerful it is, what kicked off the disaster that was 2020 was an extremely rare Pluto-Saturn conjunction in Capricorn. It happens once every 35 years period. In Capricorn, that's just a little extra spice on the cake of life. All right, let's go move forward. Okay, now let's get a little definition going on what is Pluto, what is he rule. I am totally cheating. I wrote this down ahead of time, and I'm going to read it to you. Pluto is god of the underworld. He's also the ruler of the sign of Scorpio, so hello, my friendly Scorpios. In Greek mythology, the corresponding god was Hades. In astrology, the energies of Pluto are transformation. Pluto represents subconscious forces, all that is below the surface. On the upside, Pluto is associated with renewal and rebirth. Represents endings and new beginnings as well as spiritual growth and rebirths. Negative expression of Pluto is an obsessive desire for power and control and general destructiveness. We saw that in 2020. In the chart, the position of Pluto by sign will be shared with other people in the seventh generation due to the comparatively slow movement of Pluto, the outermost planet in the heavens. This kind of makes sense. Transformation, true transformation, is a slow, deliberate, gradual process. By house, the position of Pluto shows where individuals search for truths and deeper meaning. This area of life may be associated with change, upheaval, power struggles, and above all, issues of control. Pluto, in aspect to other planets in the chart, colors those energies with obsessive qualities, power struggles, the need to find deeper meaning, and willingness to explore and examine. Where we find Pluto in the chart is where we either seek change and transformation or have it thrust upon us if we refuse to accept our deepest needs. If we fear Pluto's energies or our darker side, destructiveness both directed at ourselves or others, that's a byproduct. Now, let's move on to individual signs. I strongly encourage you to look up your rising ascendant, as that'll be more accurate. Also, I'm only covering one of many aspects and many planetary influences, albeit, in my opinion, an extremely long-term, strong, and powerful one. There's a lot at play at any given day, and this is only one, I repeat, only one influence. Assuming this trial run goes well, I'm going to start going through the rest of the planets, making slowly our way in, and you'll get a better picture with time of what's going on in your personal astrosphere. Hi, Aries. I'm an Aries sun myself, so let's start with you guys. Aries risings first. Aries, Pluto is in your 10th house till 2024. So, again, cheating. Totally reading this. During this period, difficult situation and stress at work can be expected. This is your house of career. Pay attention to your tendency to dominate and control things, people, and process at work. If you're an employee, you may run into a power conflict with your boss. You may also get in trouble with the law if you're just that kind of person. Or any kind of deep, dark secrets might come to the surface. If you're involved in illegal practices, this is when you're going to pay the piper. Otherwise, if you have built up nothing but good karma, you're cool. Everything's fine. On the contrary, you can also become promoted, gain a totally new status at work. 10th house is very much associated with title changes. Like, you could go from, during a 20-year period, if you work really hard, you can see this manifesting as you started off at low level, but you're making a relative, like, fast promotion to VP. This is still 2024, so you still got time. Now, the fun ones. Aries suns. This is mostly going to impact Aries suns born between April 13th to 18th. So, you kind of really need to be on your toes for another year or so. This transit will really test your strength and position in the world. It'll be a series of crises that will just push you to your limit, and you'll really have to hunker down. You will definitely experience conflict with colleagues, superiors, and you will need to learn to compromise trying to get what you want. Sometimes this transit means injury, so I would strongly encourage you, if you wanted to take up snowboarding, this may not be the year. Or martial arts, anything, skydiving. The other thing is, and this is something that could also benefit everyone going through a difficult Pluto transit, this is a good time to really start therapy, to talk to someone who is not entirely biased and not just like, a shoulder to cry on, but actual transformative, building a better brain to build a better life. Okay, hi, Taurus suns and Taurus risings. Again, Pluto's in your 9th house till 2024. It so has your back, and I am so jealous. So I wrote this down. This is a really nice analysis, mostly for Taurus risings. This transit will bring you experiences, physical or intuitive, to your life that will change what you believe. This change may take place in the area of religion, philosophy, or a different approach to other cultures. If Pluto forms difficult aspects of their planets, there may be also a tendency towards fanaticism, a compulsive effort to convince others of your faith or beliefs. Basically, don't join any cults. Confrontation with your inner self will change your personality, and this change will be permanent. If you do not experience this, you may receive financial assistance in the form of scholarship for higher education and grant, etc. So if you wanted to pitch, start grad school, excellent time to do it. You may also have the opportunity to travel distant countries or do business with people from abroad. Again, if you wanted to always experience living abroad, studying abroad, or working, building a business abroad, this is an amazing time to do it. The universe really has your back. That's pretty much it for the Taurus rising. Taurus suns, again, mostly those born between May 13th to 18th. This mostly affects the later Taurians, as it's towards the end of its transit. You will have the opportunity to fulfill all of your ambitions. Resources are just going to come to you. It's creative, efficient, things are just going to get done. And it's going to feel easy and supported, and like there's not going to be a lot of obstacles. The key thing, again, is you really need to work with it. It's not going to happen. It might, but it's probably not going to happen if you just sit there and say, oh, I want to travel to France next year. You're going to have to just pick up, do the research, buy a ticket, download an app to learn French. But whatever you want, you can make it happen. There will be no obstacles, at least as far as Pluto is concerned. Carry on, my friends. Hello, Gemini friends. Well, this is actually one of the chillest transits for my entire program. It's in the 8th house, but overall, it's just a time where you build better, in more intimate relationships, get rid of a lot of baggage. Things are just going to be like karmically rebalancing. It's a very subtle but deep thing. Like, you're not really going to feel it strongly unless you have other stuff going on in the 8th house, like last year, but that was rough for everyone. However, there's a lot more that can be happening underneath the surface. We still have, and this is just the outer planets, we still have 3 others to go through that are very intense. Saturn especially. Ooh, let's talk about Saturn another time. Do you have any other notes for Geminis? This is also good karmic rebalancing. You will just any good karma you've earned is gonna like be paid back. Any bad karma you've created is gonna start slowly biting you, and you'll have to really question your choices. Also, this is a time when you understand your self-destructive and kind of like toxic tendencies better. Good time to deal with addiction issues. Yeah, that's all I got for Geminis. You guys have it easy. Cancers, hi. I'm a Cancer ascendant myself, so let's start off, buddies. Pluto's in your 7th house till 2024. Well, you're not out of the woods yet. I'm going to read my notes because there's just a lot here. If your love life has been a nuclear disaster for the past 3 years, thanks Saturn, you helped that too. This is why. More on that in another video, hopefully. Okay, but the good thing is you only have a few more years if you've been doing the work, and odds are if you have been doing the work, you'll be seeing the benefits already. If you haven't started yet, I strongly encourage exploring healing practices like therapy. If you're more on the traditional path, energy work can be really powerful at this time. You've probably been exploring alternative methods of building a better you already. If you haven't started yet, you still got time, and good luck, my friends. This transit changes the dynamics in your relationships. This change will mainly concern conflicts of power and control. You may become aware of people working against your interest, and relationship problems may bubble up to the surface. You will tend to attract people who don't necessarily have the best intentions, but you will also be finding the strength to say no to them and cut them out of your life. This transit will have a greater impact if you have another transiting planet in the 7th house or a difficult aspect with Saturn or Uranus. Well, last year there were some very difficult... Saturn was also hanging out here. Actually, Saturn was hanging out here for the past 3 years. It just left. Anyways, more on that in another video. Moving on. Cancer Suns. If you are in a toxic relationship, this is an excellent time to end it. Of course, it's always an excellent time to end a toxic relationship, but now it's more like it'll be better supported, you'll find the strength, and you'll just be better from it, versus it'll be much easier to turn it more into a breaking of a cycle versus ending one relationship. All right. Many good things on the horizon, though. There's a bunch of other super supportive transits happening. A lot depends on your individual chart, and Cancer friends, stay strong. You got this. Hey, hi, Leos. Some of my best friends are Leos. Pluto's in your 6th house till 2024. Well, this is a really good period for you to structure your daily work habits and health habits. That's what the 6th house is. It's the house of health and the house of day-to-day work and routines. We live very much in a workaholic culture, and Leo ascendants in particular prone to letting their ambition just kind of take over and overlooking health problems. Like a typical Leo ascendant, there's many other influences. It will be someone who is like, yeah, sure, 20-hour days, not a problem. I'll pull through. I'll be okay. Don't do that. This is also a good time to change your diet, take up a new fitness routine, not like, you know, nothing dangerous, but just good time to take up yoga, good time to take up maybe running if you have good knees, stuff like that. Also, don't go into over-sacrificing yourself for the sake of your ambitions. Try to focus on self-care versus getting it done. One step at a time, reestablish good, healthy relationships with yourself, your body, and work. This is for Leo ascendants. Let's see what we got for Leo suns. Yeah, actually, this is relatively chill for you. No big wake-up calls, but take care of your health anyways. Never hurts. You might want to be kinder to your partner if you are coupled, but that has a little bit more to do with Saturn in your 7th house. That's another video though. Alright guys, best of luck. Hello, Virgo friends, neighbors, and ascendants. Let's get on to you and how Pluto affects you. Pluto will be in your 5th house till 2024. 5th house rules children, romance, and creativity. But I put this gently, be more discerning in who you date. maybe, because this could get dramatic. If you already have children, be kind and attentive to them, like spend quality time with them. Try to build better long-term habits, bonds. If you don't have children or don't want more children at this time, try to be more diligent with your birth control. This is 5th house, Pluto Transit. You could wind up with a little accidental pregnancy and all the drama that could possibly ensue with that. A few more notes. Transit Pluto in this house will bring aggressiveness, or at least less tolerance into your love life. You might want to change your partner's behavior that bothers you and might even be forceful about it. You should expect more drama and a greater desire for relations that will be more intense and passionate. If you're the type of person who likes to play games and can be a little manipulative, maybe, you know who you are, to spice up your relationships, yeah, you'll be doing that a bit more. Try to keep that in check. This is where free will comes in. If you're single, it is possible you would enter a relationship that will cause an intense and transformative change in your life. I had one hell of a 5th house. Oof, yeah. Another time. If you have children, expect problems caused by their rebellious behavior. Teenagers. Beware of your tendency towards manipulative behavior and the tendency to control things around you. This will apply most strongly if you are a Virgo rising. Virgo suns, if you're listening to this, take a breather. Keep listening. All right. Virgo suns, however, this is a good one. Much like Taurus suns, this is actually extremely positive healing transit for you, particularly if you're a Virgo sun born between September 13th to 18th. You will have the opportunity to fulfill many an ambition. Resources will become more available, you'll be more creative, you'll be more efficient. This will help you improve a lot of aspects of your life. Everything from work to relationships. This is just, this is just a good one. You guys got lucky. What can I say? It's a great year. Enjoy. Hi, Libra suns and Libra risings. Okay, Libra risings. This one's for you. Pluto's in your 4th house till 2024. Okay, so this is a powerful one. Therapy seems to be a huge theme with this. This one's a little bit more focused like on ancestral trauma and relationships with family and what you define as home. 4th house Pluto transits, they tend to create healing. Let's say if you're estranged from a loved one, like a grandparent or a parent, you can reconnect with them at this time. It's more about family and home. Speaking of home, a lot of times people move during a Pluto transit of the 4th house. A classic example is a powerful time for migration. Like if you've been considering moving to like a long-term move to another country, it's really favorably aspected. And this is of course difficult because it's a big change, but if this is a direction you're considering, it's very favorably aspected, and go forth and conquer. Libra suns. Much like your astrological opposite on the wheel, Aries, this will be forming a square to your natal sun, especially if you're born between October 13th to 18th. Some of the same aspects apply, but it's a little different. You'll be redefining a lot who you are relative to your home and family, like your sense of identity relative to them. A lot of other aspects can come into this, but relationships with family members particularly affected by this. If you have a rift with someone, it'll heal. If you need to draw healthier boundaries with a parent or a grandparent or with your culture or your heritage, this is a good time to do this, and also a good time to remodel your homes. It's a lot about home and family. So whatever's been going on there, take a closer look. You have the power to change this for the better, but the key thing is don't resist the change and lean into it. That's my advice for you, my fellow Libras. Hello, my mysterious Scorpio risings and Scorpio suns. Pluto's in your 3rd house till 2024. This will be a really interesting transit as Pluto's technically your ruler in modern astrology, but let's not get into that right now. It's a period of intense, steady intellectual growth. You may be experiencing some of this already. Great time to go back to school, but something for more practical, not like grad school for creative writing, more like an MBA or getting a master's in something more practical. Med school, science, more grounded, things you can apply, things you can readily monetize kind of thing. Scorpio suns, particularly born those 13th to 18th of November. This is forming a sextile to your natal sun. What does that mean? Great professional growth opportunity, but it's one that requires work. It's not like a trine where it's a lot more is coming at you, like the opportunities present themselves. This is opportunities you seek, but they'll be there to be found, if that makes any sense. Good one, good luck, enjoy. All right, my exciting world traveling Sagittarians, this is your time. Sagittarius rising, Pluto is in your second house till 2024. This is all about the Benjamins. Money, money, money. Not how you make your money, but more like long-term planning on how you save your money, how you put it forward towards your retirement. Check your 401k. If you don't have one, start one immediately. If there's some stocks or bonds that you forgot about, check how you can use those better. Maybe a good time to reinvest, adjust your 401k spending or IRA money. Basically, long-term investments money. What else? Plan for financial security. And change your relationship with money. If you're a little bit more tight-fisted, splurge. Treat yourself. Buy yourself something nice. You've earned it. If you're someone who's a little bit more free with their money, this is a good time to keep it in check because something will come and test that relationship. Sagittarian suns. Well, you're mostly off the hook. No, not sorry. Saturn is still doing some stuff, but that's another topic. Anyways, I'll pause here. Nothing to worry about. Carry on. Hi, Capricorns. Let's start with Capricorn risings. So Pluto's been in your first house for a while. It's going to be hanging out here until 2024. Really hope you've been surrounding yourself with good, supportive people because you've been going through a massive transformation as far as like your sense of identity. Particularly 2017 to 2020 with Saturn here, you probably felt a lot of who you are fundamentally changing. And your relationship with the world as a whole, and most importantly, your relationship with yourself. Keep going with that. You're going to come out the best you've ever been. Pluto's transits are hard, but you always come out better after them. So if any last-minute lessons, adjustments need to be made, if you still feel like you've got the strength to move forward, keep moving forward. You got this. A few more notes. Here's a good one. Should try to break free from all negative and traditional thought process and become a role model for other people. The negative aspect of this transit is you will have to need to control everything and everyone around you. This behavior will bring tension to your relationship. This transit will also teach you to improve your self-control and have a more positive self-image. You should avoid driving people away by putting too much pressure on yourself, on the results, but that doesn't mean stop working. Focus more on long-term effects. This transit is difficult, but the transformations and the results that come with it are going to be so worth it. Capricorn suns, well, especially those born between 13th to 18th of January, Pluto is going through a conjunction with your natal sun. I'm going to throw in a textbook definition I got out of one of my books. This year is you coming into your power, depending on other aspects in your chart, of course, but majorly work with it. Stay humble. This is like Midas touch energy. Everything you touch turns to gold and is transformed for the better. But you know what happened to Midas? Maybe you don't. Greek mythology, not everyone's favorite. But he was a guy who could turn everything to gold with his touch. But that started turning into people. He couldn't touch anything. He couldn't eat. Like, you can't eat gold. Know what I mean? Anyway, way too far with that example, but take good care of yourself. And good luck. Alright, let's move on to Aquarius suns and Aquarius risings. Aquarius risings, what have we got for you? This is 12th house, also till 2024. It's again an energy you have to work with. This is a good time to change like toxic behavior patterns, but like subconscious ones. Good time to deal with addiction, codependency. Again, a good time to seek therapy. Pluto really inspires a lot of people to seek therapy. I'm just going to say that. Particularly more like self-limiting beliefs, coping with those, getting rid of like negative scarcity mindsets. For some people who have like deeper issues, cognitive behavior therapy will be much more effective during this time. It's, again, hardwired, tough patterns, like things that like you know you're not doing the right thing, but you just can't stop yourself. An addiction to bad things. That can be patterns in your head, stories you spin to yourself, or actual addictions. Moving on. Aquarius suns. Well, good news is Pluto isn't impacting you that strongly. But we still have Saturn and Jupiter and Uranus, especially Uranus. If you've been having a lot of unexpected plot twists in your life, like I just did not see that coming, that's Uranus. But that's another video. Stay tuned. Alright, last but never least, my dear, wonderful, fishy friend Pisces. This is your 11th house, which is like community, long-term plans, and overall life path, like your social network as well. You're going to be doing a lot of reevaluating of where you are and where you want to go. Like, do I really want this career? Do I really want a traditional family and marriage? Assuming you don't have one already, then it gets more complicated. But this is a good time to change careers or change paths on that level and reevaluate your long-term goals and who do you want to be in like 20 years. Not just as a selfish individual being, but like your whole entire existence, every single level of it. It's subtle, but good. Very transformative, very positive, and overall a relatively supportive transit. You've been doing well, and I think you're going to keep doing well. Keep at it, my friends. All right, Pisces suns, especially those born in 13th to 18th of March. Well, have you been feeling lucky? Because you got a nice sextile going. I'm going to read my notes here because this is just too well written. This brings great soul growth where changes and new opportunities increase your personal power and ability to reform your life for the better. You will feel more driven to get ahead as the intense and transforming nature of Pluto helps you to push through to achieve your goals. Forces acting behind the scenes are helping you, which could manifest as assistance from bosses, other important people in your life, government agencies, or corporations. Relationships in general may be intense, but in a good way. Like you'll be bonding with people on a much deeper level. You will understand each other more. You're like much more likely to be finding your soul tribe right now. So that's pretty awesome. Good luck. All right, closing statements. Yeah, we made it. Thank you for your time and patience and attention. This is my first video, so please be kind. Yeah, one thing I like to remind everyone, even people I've done individual forecasts for, it's a tool. It's not fate. You can use this. You can work with this energy, and it's complicated. There's a lot of things in the mix. So I hope I've given you some insights, and I hope this also helps you live a better life. Bye, everyone.